Hi there, guys. Mrs. Santel here, and I am going to do something that I do probably about once a month, and that is a book unboxing. And I say once a month because I get a Junior Library Guild subscription, which means at the very least we get one new box of books every month here at the Media Center. Now, today, I actually have more Junior Library Guild boxes to unbox than I have ever had before. And the reason for that is I have back order boxes from last year. So when we were all at home, these boxes were kind of collecting, these books were collecting up for me. And they sent them to me all at once in two really big boxes. And then I also have the subscription box from August, September, and October. So now normally what I do when I open up these boxes is I really take some time reading the synopses on each of the books and talking a little bit about what I think of them, or what genre they are going to be in and stuff like that. I don't think that you would stick with me for my entire video if I were to do that this time, because there are so many books here. So I'm going to move a little quicker. I'm going to just kind of show you the title, introduce the title, maybe tell you the genre. I might pick a few to talk about a little bit more, but these are all books that we are going to have available now in the catalog, books that you can put on hold and request to have delivered to either your homeroom or to enrichment. Or if you are continuing to do remote learning, you'll have the opportunity to select a curbside pickup to get these books. All right, so let's get started. All right, here we go. Box number one. And this one I opened already. I cheated. I got this one a little while ago, and I couldn't help myself, but I refrained from opening the other boxes. So those are going to be real opening, first time excitement. All right, so here we have a high five for Glenn Brooke, a home run of a middle grade novel, a crackerjack story about the love and acceptance that everyone deserves. Fires a fastball over the center of the plate and into the hearts of readers. There you go. And this is by Phil Bildner. All right, our next one is Magnificent Monster of Cedar Street by Lauren Oliver. So that one, it might be probably going to be fantasy on that one. All right, the next one we have is a historical fiction. And this historical fiction is my favorite. So this one looks right up my alley, and this is called The Blackbird Girls. On the front it says powerful, beautifully written, and unforgettable. And it's in the wreckage of Chernobyl, a friendship is born. So if you're a historical fiction fan like me, that one might be something for you. We also have Manana Land by Pam Eunice Ryan, and this is the same author who wrote Esperanza Rising. We have Prairie Lotus by Linda Sue Park, and Lori Halse Anderson calls this one a masterpiece. Prairie Lotus. We have Gold Rush Girl by Newbery Award-winning author Avi. And this one is an adventure story. Also historical fiction that takes place in 1848 in Providence, Rhode Island. We have 96 Miles by J.L. Esplin. And there's the cover, so you can see what that looks like. And it says on here, a suspense thriller, survival story, and a story of the love between brothers. You'll turn the pages and be surprised again and again. And I'll read you a little bit of this one. It says 21 days without power. Two brothers on a desperate trek. 72 hours before the time runs out. sounds intense. Ooh, this is a cool cover. I love the silhouette there. It says Things You Can't Say. It's by Jen Bishop. It says wonderfully real and honest, according to Carrie D. Schmidt. It says nothing is going right for Drew this summer. And after losing his dad unexpectedly 3 years ago, Drew knows a lot about things not going right. Let's see. We have A Perfect Blank by Rai Duran. Snapdragon, which is a graphic novel by Kat Lay. And it says you can find friends in the strangest places. We have A Wish in the Dark. And I believe this one is fantasy. It says a thrilling fantasy set in a fresh, original world with a vital message in its heart. A Wish in the Dark is incandescent, ingenious, captivating, and utterly gorgeous. We have Twilight Hauntings by Angie Sage. It's the Enchanter's Child Book 1. So this is the beginning of a series. And this looks like this is going to be a fantasy for sure. And we have Urban Legends, another graphic novel. And two more hiding here in the bottom. We have the Stanley Cup Playoffs for hockey fans. And we have On the Rocks by Eric Walters. And this is an orca novel. And it says only Dylan could change the tide. And that is that from that first box. So let me move these out of the way. All right, here we are back on track. Open up my box. Okay, the first one we have here is City of Secrets by Victoria Ying. I have a feeling this is a graphic novel. Yes, it is. It says, can keeping a secret keep a whole city safe? And I know I'm going to have a lot of graphic novel fans this year because I have a lot of graphic novel fans every year. And I think I actually had quite a few graphic novel requests in the first book pickup. So I have lots and lots of those for you. Oh, this looks so cool. It says, Like Nothing Amazing Ever Happened by Emily Lejois. I'm probably saying that wrong. But look at that cover. What do you think that one's about, looking at that cover? He seems all alone. And it's very kind of dark and sad, and yet he's standing in the light, and there's some light coming down, kind of twinkling down. And he's looking at his own reflection. It says, the cafeteria is the worst. It's like the hallway times a billion. At least in the hallway, you can keep moving. In the cafeteria, you're stuck, like in the penalty box, waiting for the bell to end it. Looks like it's going to be a good one. Ooh, look at this. Beast, face to face with the Florida Bigfoot. So this will be in our scary stories section. Fast-paced adventure, guts, and survival with a paranormal twist. And this is by Watt Key. Our next one is Kiki's Delivery Service by Aiko Kadono. And it's the classic that inspired the beloved animated film. Soar into the modern classic that inspired Miyazaki's animated film. I don't know that film. Maybe you do. But we have that one. We have Keep It Together, Kiko Carter by Debbie Michiko Florence. It says, Kiko Carter is a best friend anyone would be lucky to have. Oh, I love this cover. It says, The Elephant's Girl. I love elephants. They're just so cool. And this is by Celesta Remington. And unfortunately, some of that back is covered up, but I love how the words kind of form kind of a shape. It almost looks like a tornado, and it's very windy. It says, an elephant never forgets, but Lexington Willow can't remember her past. When she was a toddler, a tornado swept her away from everyone and everything she knew and landed her near an enclosure in a Nebraska zoo where an elephant named Naya protected her from the storm. With no trace of her family, Lex grew up at the zoo with her foster father, Roger, her best friend, Fisher, and the wind whispering in her ear. Now that she's 12, Lex is finally old enough to help with the elephants. But during their first training session, Naya sends her a telepathic image of the woods outside the zoo. Despite the wind's protests, Lex decides to investigate Naya's message and gets wrapped up in an adventure involving ghosts, lost treasure, and a puzzle that might be the key to finding her family. Can Lex summon the courage to discover who she really is and why the tornado brought her here all those years ago? So it seems like it probably is going to be a fantasy, that one. Got some elements of mystery and adventure in there too. This one is called We Dream of Space. Family is a complicated galaxy. And this is by the winner of the Newbery Medal for the book Hello Universe. And the author is Erin Entrada Kelly. And Erin Entrada Kelly's niece actually goes to our district at Heritage. It says, meet the Nelson Thomas siblings of Park, Delaware. There's Cash, who loves basketball, Fitch, who spends every afternoon playing Major Havoc at the arcade, and Bird, Fitch's 12-year-old twin, who wants to be NASA's first female shuttle commander, but feels like she's invisible. We have Mike Lupica, The Turnover. For Mike Lupica fans, basketball fans. We have Addie's Big Splash by Elizabeth Gordon. So it looks like a book about swimming or diving. We have Kai Young, An American Baseball Hero by Scott H. Longard. So this one's a biography. We have Beetle and the Hollow Bones. And this one is a scary graphic novel. Look at that. That skeleton looks so interesting. With that thing sticking out of his head. I wonder about that. Very cool. Ooh. This is by Patricia Ford, the award-winning author of The List. I love The List. It was such a good book. The list was about, so it's a dystopian novel, and it was about a society where they were limiting language. And so there was a list of words that people were allowed to use, and you couldn't use any of the other words. And this was a way of kind of controlling people, right? And over time, they kept making the list shorter and shorter. And so the main character in that novel, and I can't remember her name, she is kind of integral or central to the, I guess, the plot to overthrow and to revolt against the government and standing up for the right for language. So that was really cool. And this one it says freedom is a dangerous word. So I wonder, it seems like it's going to be a follow-up. It must be. So it says, without words, there are no ideas. That is what makes us human. The city of Ark is no longer safe. Before the rebellion, everyone could speak only List, a language of just 500 words. But when Letta became the wordsmith, the keeper of all the words that have ever existed, she learned that being able to express yourself is what makes us human. And now the new ruler has wicked plans to eliminate language once and for all. If babies never speak a single word, they will never learn to speak. If they never hear a single word, they will never learn to speak. Letta and the other rebels must find a way to defeat the evil for good before they lose the very thing that will set them free. So it is, in fact, a sequel, which is so exciting because I did not know that was going to be a series. I'm not sure why I didn't know that. And our last two, we have a Gordon Corman book, Everybody loves a good Gordon Corman book. This is called War Stories. And it says, the war was over a long time ago, but the truth can only be found now. And the final one from this box is by Gail Carson Levine, who is the author of Ella Enchanted. And this one is called A Ceiling Made of Eggshells. So likely also a fantasy. So there's that. All right, and that is that for that box. And we have so many books. Let's see if I can manage to open the next box without struggling. Okay. These little ones are easier to open. Push in the sides. We have The List of Things That Will Not Change by Rebecca Steed, who is the author of When You Reach Me. We have Great Escapes, Journey to Freedom, 1838 by Sherry Winston. So this is historic fiction. Sunlight gleamed, creating a spotlight to freedom across the frozen river. 1838 Kentucky. Determined to save her toddler son from being sold as a slave, the woman who became known as Eliza Harris began her long journey to freedom in the dark of night. She trekked through the forest, wild animals on her heels, in the freezing temperatures of winter. Her goal? The Ohio River, the boundary between the North and the South, and between slavery and freedom in America. Although she knew the journey would be perilous, she could no longer live nor watch her children be raised in slavery. Eliza paused for a moment on the banks of the treacherous frozen waters in front of her, but she quickly decided she was not going to let fear stop her, especially when a new life, a free life, was just on the other side. And it looks like this is a series. Don't miss the other books in the Great Escape series. So if this is a good one, we're going to have to take a look at those other books in that series. Ooh, this looks cool. Superman Smashes the Klan by Jean Luen Yang. A clever and timely conversation on reclaiming identity and acknowledging one's full worth. And I bet this is a graphic novel. Indeed. Ooh, this looks so cool. I think every cover is cool these days. Look at that. Look at that art there. That graphic with how they made the word fins, the title, into a fish, or into a shark rather. It must be a shark. New York Times bestselling author Randy Wayne White. And it says Sharks Incorporated. The world's shark population is in trouble for a sad, simple reason: shark fin soup. And although it's illegal, poachers have been targeting Florida's biannual migration of black-tip sharks. Marine biologist Doc Ford needs help protecting the sharks and enlists 3 kids: Luke, Maribel, and Sabina. Luke is brand new to Florida from the Midwest. Sisters Maribel and Sabina have recently arrived from Cuba, and all 3 feel like fish out of water. It's going to take some convincing for them to work as a team and recognize in themselves the courage, wisdom, and tenacity Doc sees. We have What Lane by Tori Maldonado, who is the author of Tight. We have Curse of the Night Witch, Emblem Island by Alex Astor. That looks cool. We have Wrong Way Summer by Heidi Lang. Wrong Way Summer. And we have the last one in this box by John David Anderson, who is the author of Miss Bixby's Last Day and Posted, the One Last Shot. And it looks like he's playing mini golf on there, but I'm sure that last shot is a metaphor for something bigger. Let's see what we got here. This is second to last box. We've got plenty of books to go around. Okay, well that's interesting. We got another copy of Snapdragon. We got The Thief Knot, which is a green glass house story. And I do have this series. I keep putting it back and forth between horror and mystery because it's really both. Ghosts, a kidnapping, a crew of young detectives, and family secrets mix in this standalone mystery set in the world of the best-selling green glass house. All right, we have Nick Stone, Clean Getaway. How to go on an unplanned road trip with your grandpa. Grab a suitcase, pre-packed from the big spring break trip that got canceled. Leave a note for Dad, who's still going to worry and be mad because you're grounded. Fasten your seatbelt. GMA's anything but conventional, so this trip won't be either. Use the Green Book, GMA's most treasured possession. It holds history, memories, and most important, the way home. Oh, yes. We have Greta's story, the schoolgirl who went on strike to save the planet. I'm so excited about this. I was trying to get some books about her last year, and there wasn't anything published yet. So this is super exciting to have this for our biography section. And we have Fighting to Survive World War II, Terrifying True Stories. I think that one's going to be a popular one. Lots of readers like to read about World War II. All right, here we are with our last box. All right. Yay! I'm so excited to have this one. I've been seeing so much about this. This is by Jewel Parker Rhodes, who wrote Ghost Boys. And this one's Black Brother. To be honest, I don't know where the title starts and ends, but I'm assuming that that's intentional, right? I'm going to start off Black Brother. It says, framed, bullied, disliked, but I know I can still be the best. Sometimes 12-year-old Dante wishes he were invisible. As one of the few black boys at Middlefield Prep, most of the students don't look like him. They don't like him either, dubbing him Black Brother. Dante's teachers and classmates make it clear they wish he were more like his lighter-skinned brother, Trey. But he's bullied and framed by the captain of the fencing team, King Allen, and he's suspended from school and arrested for something he didn't do. Terrified, searching for a place where he belongs, Dante joins a local youth center and meets former Olympic fencer Arden Jones. With Arden's help, he begins training as a competitive fencer, setting his sights on taking down the fencing team captain, no matter what. As Dante hones his fencing skills and grows closer to achieving his goal, he learns the fight for justice is far from over. Now Dante must confront his bullies, racism, and the corrupt systems of power that led to his arrest. Powerful and emotionally gripping, Black Brother is a careful examination of the school-to-prison pipeline and follows one boy's fight against racism and his empowering path to finding his voice. So excited about that one. We have Bad Best Friend by Rachel Vale, the author of Well, That Was Awkward. Also the author of Unfriended. I believe we have both of those. I'm running out of room for these books. Another Great Escape story. This one's Nazi Prison Camp Escape. We have In the Red. Definitely looks like a Mars story. So science fiction, out of luck, out of air, out of time. And it's by Christopher Swidler. We have Stand Up, Yumi Chung by Jessica Kim. Standing up for who you are is no joke. We have Efren Divided by Ernesto Cisneros. And that was another one I wanted, so that's awesome that it came in this box. And we have The Wolf of Cape Fen by Julia Brandt. Look at that wolf there can you see that wolf like up in the clouds right here? That's really cool. A low growl cut through the quiet, the waves having already faded into background noise. Eliza turned, fingers stretched toward her sister. There, to their left, at the edge of the tree's opening, stood a monstrous animal. Hello, wolf. And last, but certainly not least, we have another in the set. I don't know if I have this one yet. 5 Worlds, The Amber Anthem. And R.J. Palacio, author of Wonder, says that this is mind-blowingly beautiful, a must-read, and it is, in fact, a graphic novel for my graphic novel friends. And that is it. Lots of books. So I hope that you saw something, or maybe more than one something that you liked. Don't forget that you can put the books you like on hold, and I'm going to be making a new form available. So just check Schoology for that. Make sure you fill out the form to let me know how and when you want to pick up your books. And I hope you enjoy and have a happy time reading. Thanks for watching.